I know that you guys know what the word of knowledge is, right? Yes, have you ever heard about the word of knowledge?
The word of knowledge?
Yes, the word of knowledge. You know what the word of knowledge is? You don't know what that is? Okay. The word of knowledge is when God gives you specific information about a person, or maybe the present, past, or future, whatever it might be. Kind of like what Jesus did. He knew they were reasoning in their hearts. Okay? When I just read that, Jesus said he knew they were reasoning. He knew the thoughts of what people were thinking. Now, Jesus, even though he was the Son of God, still operated under the power of the Holy Spirit because he had to be anointed, okay? He stripped himself of all his deity, you know what I'm saying? He came down to earth. He was still God, God in the flesh, but he stripped himself from that. So he had to do things like you or I would do, okay, to find out, you know, everything that we need to know about God. He read and everything about his Father, of course, so forth. But he moved. Many times he would know things, okay? So did the apostles, and so did a lot of the deacons and so forth in the Bible. And so the words of knowledge move and flow. And so God a lot of times uses me like that. I can't really tell you, like, I'm using the word knowledge, or I'm prophesying, or I'm healing. I don't have the button to push on and off all that stuff. I just know that it works and it flows. And so I just kind of move with it, all right? So the reason I'm saying that to you is I really see God using you guys like that. I really do think so. You might have already been used like that and be unaware of it, you know? I think many times people are being used by God and completely oblivious to it, but he is. And sometimes, like, you'll be around talking to somebody, you know, I was just thinking about that. You know, I was just thinking about that, you know? And so anyway, I see God really ramping that up in your life. You know, where God uses you like that. Now, the reason he gives us words of knowledge, to me, is like it's for insight to be able to minister to a person, but also to how to specifically pray for them. You know, have you ever got around somebody and said, I have no idea how to pray for this person, you know? I have no idea. But God sometimes will give you the kind of information. Let me tell you one thing. I was in a Baptist church, and this was years ago, and there was a lady there, and I was ministering a message, and in the message I kept hearing God, loud thought, I call it a loud thought, tell that woman over there that something was taken from her. I didn't take it, and I'm going to give it back to her this year. And that had nothing to do. And it kept getting louder and louder and louder, and finally I said, okay, I'll do it. And everybody thought I was crazy because, you know, I'm like in a conversation with myself. So I said, Lord told me to tell you that something was taken from you. He didn't do it. And I was going to return that this year. And she went down in tears and started crying like this. And I thought, this pastor is going to not have me back and we decided that type of thing. Anyway, found out after the service that this lady had miscarriage. And she was mad at God for it. And she was pregnant again and was in fear that she was going to lose that child. And so God straightened her theology, right? Just like that, okay? And I was back in that church. It was like a year later, where like that time passed by, because she was visiting. She wasn't even from that area. And this woman was there at the same time again that was there. And she came up to me and she said, I had the child. And I said, I just feel like that child's got a prophetic ministry or whatever. I said, what's the child's name? She said, she named it Elijah. Isn't that neat? That's what I'm talking about, words of knowledge. Okay, I had no idea what that was, but I was obedient because God put that thought in my head. And when he put that thought in my head, I had a choice to either continue to mess up my message because he was talking to me, or to obey him, okay? And so it's kind of scary, you know, the first time it's kind of scary, but over the period of years, I've learned to just trust God. If I open my mouth, he's going to fill it. So I just kind of trust him on it because I don't always, I can't figure it out. It's kind of like this. It's like you get some mail, you can't open it up and read it, but you just kind of deliver it. Amen? So that's kind of what you do. So just want to encourage you that God's going to use you guys that way. Amen? That's so good. You know,